Hi. Welcome to Typography, the show where a bunch of homies have 1 month to make one video off of one topic, all interspliced together in chaos for our own enjoyment. This month's theme? Enjoy. All right. So a lot of the gang was not really available to make some pieces for this month, so you're gonna get a whole lot of me. Woo! Yeah, like that's anything new. But yeah, let's talk about combination, y'all. I don't think that there is art without combination. The act of bringing two to multiple things together to create something new is what art is, what it's all about. The hokey pokey. The simple act of bringing voice to microphone, body to film, paint to canvas, that is creation. That is art. Even the act of simply naming something, like a found object, and just giving it a title, that's the beauty. That's art. For example, one of my favorite pieces right here is called Fountain by Marcel Duchamp, and it's a beautiful found object piece where Marcel, pioneer of the Dada movement, entered a contest of up-and-coming artists anonymously and submitted this piece. They did it anonymously because they were somewhat of a troll, as you can tell by the piece. Even though you might think it's silly, dumb, I think this is awesome. This piece right here inspired me to want to make art when I first learned about this piece in high school. Just the idea that you can just create something and do something, and there's going to be people that love it and people that hate it, but you just do it just for the sake of doing it. And I find that to be really inspiring. Marcel really pioneered a whole movement with this ridiculous ideation of art. Obviously, not the first person to ever do it, but someone who was able to break into the mainstream and kind of piss some people off for, I think, the piss people off for the betterment of art. And this is a beautiful use of combination of the power of a name and an object and creating something new. Fountain.
This is my friend Jeff. He's been with me since the second grade. Love you.
But I'm not here just to talk about Fountain as much as this is a great piece. When we came up with this theme of combination, there's one piece that I really wanted to talk about.
C3PO. C3PO. Beep, 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 beep.
Was the only piece I could think about when I was thinking of the ideation for creating what you're going to see later in this video. And that piece is Salvador Dali's Lobster Telephone. Yeah, cool, right? I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this piece, I hated it. I thought it was so stupid, so ridiculous. Like, this is so dumb. And yet, as I read about this piece and learned more about it, I learned about the vision and why this is actually really cool and what I find to be thought provoking. I mean, we all have our own thoughts. Initially, the vision for this piece was also kind of a joke, a poking at the art world like Marcel Duchamp did.
Look at these little homes. The little baby homes for babies. And they're everywhere.
Dali's vision for this piece was very immature and yet kind of fun. His vision for the piece was that the genitalia of the lobster is where the microphone would be on the phone. So when a person goes up to call it, you get the picture. And yet, funny hee hee ha ha little knee slapper there for you. But the thing I found most interesting about this piece was a scenario that this piece made him think about. And the quote goes like this: "I don't understand why, when I ask for a grilled lobster in a restaurant, I'm never served a cooked telephone." As ridiculous as that sounds, I think it's kind of powerful.
Look. This is a fresh pickle. is a Peruvian pickle. First time. Wow. I can't wait to dig into those. I bet they're super vinegary.
Why do we only form certain associations with certain things? That's the beauty of the mind, is that we come up with our own associations by what people have told us, what we have put together ourselves, and yet we all have these different connections of how we see things together. Before this, I would never associate a telephone with a lobster, but now I can't unsee it. I can't not think of a lobster when I think of a telephone. And everyone has these associations. Like when you're a kid in high school, there's this great debate on what color folder is math, what color is science, history, English. Everyone has their own connections to it. Everyone has their own opinions. And there's some people who are so stubborn in their opinion saying, no, math is red, science is blue, history is green, English is yellow. Those are my picks. It's just interesting because I think that everything is connected. As silly and ridiculous as it can be, you can always connect two things together. So I ask you to make more connections. Find things that you wouldn't think to be connected, and find the similarity between them. I think there is something powerful to that. Yeah, so I think everything in some way, shape, or form is connected. And this is why I hate the New York Times games connections. Yes, this is actually what this is all about. If you've never played the New York Times game Connection, it is a 4x4 grid with 16 words, and you must find the 4 words in 4 different categories that make up one category until you have all 4, and you win. It's an interesting game compared to the rest of the New York Times games because it's the only one that's like truly subjective, even though you can argue that it's not. I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I play all the New York Times games every morning when I wake up just to help me wake up. The mood of my day can definitely be dictated on how well I did on Connections in the morning. And what I hate about Connections is that it doesn't make sense sometimes. You beat yourself up over it of, oh man, how didn't I get that answer? It was right there. How did I not see that? When you can come up with your own connections on why things work, and yet it's wrong. And you're like, but that's the connection. I made the connection. And it's wrong. It hurts. It hurts deep down. New York Times, you have hurt me. And hurt people hurt people. So
this is my collection of Rose toys. I don't use it that often, but yeah, they're pretty fun. Those are my limited edition Rose.
I decided to make my own game of Connections. I made it in Touch Designer. I'm gonna have you play it right now if you want. I'm gonna put on the screen. Hopefully it's here. Hopefully I did that. Okay. So yeah, take a moment to pause the video and find the 4 categories of all the words. And leave a comment down below of your answers, and we'll see if you get it right. So we'll pause now, and then we'll go over it. All right. You pause it. Okay, we unpause now. Great. Incorrect. I don't need to know what you put. There is no answer. It's all wrong. But please don't delete your comment. It's I'm interested in seeing what people would put, because what all these words were words that I found weird or was upset with while I was playing Connections. All of the words are from the month of July, from actual Connections games, randomly selected, and I had no intention of making a connection between them to express my pain that New York Times has brought me. But I did not make this game just to torture you, beautiful viewer. I made this game to gaslight my fellow peers. Yeah, I got a little compilation edit of showing some people this game I've made, and I told them that there's no way that they can lose. That's completely subjective, and it's impossible for them to lose. And I think a quite fun little edit. I hope you enjoy and learn from this lesson. Just because you were hurt, you shouldn't hurt people. Do as I say, not as I do. Thank you.
I'm gonna go with oats for sure, and discount for sure. Breathing, I eat oats every day, every morning for my breakfast. I have like the same breakfast every day. Discount because I just like I literally was in the grocery store yesterday, like getting like a best deal on like an oats. I just know I have to eat oats every morning, so it's like breathing, for me. Like it's like you just know you don't have to think. You said no one loses in this game. What the
Seeing two animals, tungsten, silver, obviously go together. Two soft metals.
wait, I don't like there are like no different words. There are only these words.
I think I'm gonna start with peel oats.
Okay.
Repeat this time. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna start with scorpion, peel, breathing as well. If this doesn't work again. I'm gonna go with outcast. Like what I was thinking was you know, racism. Bro. I mean, what the fuck?
Outcast, is that like description? No, it's not. That's outcast. Outcast. That's big boy. Three stacks. Big Jackson. Schlinky.
Repeat this discount peel oats.
Why the fuck did you say there's no losing when you knew? Fuck this. Bro, go. Did you make this game to like rage bait people? What the fuck is it?
And question. I'll go fuck myself. Alright.
Recycled oats. Peel. Fuck. No. Damn. Damn, this is hard.
Repeat question. Be my next two. Breathing. And connect. Alright.
Okay, I'm just gonna choose random words now because nothing is gonna make sense.
Alright, patterns.
Oh, can you recycle a G6 microwave?
Whoa.
Connect. Question. Repeat. Peel. Bro, this is hard. I can't get one.
Is killing myself an option?
So I've been doing a lot of circumcisions lately. That one's pretty good. I'd rate that one like an 8 out of 10 circumcision. This one's okay. It's pretty clean. Sometimes circumcisions aren't perfect, but I try my best.